Okay, today is planting day and the sun's just starting to rise right now. It's a little chilly, it's in the 50s. It should be heating up to about 80 degrees today, so I'm going to tackle making the holes first for the plants to go in, and then I'll go get the plants and plant. So what I done is I took a piece of PVC pipe, I took a measuring ruler, and I measured every 2 feet, and I put a piece of blue tape and I marked it for the tomato plants. I got other measurements for different plants. Marked it with a little Sharpie magic marker. Put the piece of tape, little piece of tape in each one, because I would just want to lay it down like this. And I don't want to have to measure, I just want to go ahead and drill. Got myself a towel so I could wipe my hands off every now and then. Got myself a feed bag because on the inside there's plastic. So when you fold it over, you can kneel on it and you're not going to get all the wood chips hurting your knees. Also got string, because later on I'm going to take the string and I'm still going to put a piece of string down so I could twine it as I'm training them to go up. I'll do that later. Now, the shovel, the spade is what most people use, but I find that when you dig a hole, you're breaking up the soil and you're spreading the soil all over the top of the mulch. Your hole's really big, so I don't use that. I went ahead and, like any man in his garden man cave, you get a tool. This tool here is an arbor. There's a diamond tip on it. A lot of them are just a round tip. This is a diamond tip. It will cut through a lot of stuff. Just the round ones don't cut. So this one drills pretty good. Got myself a cordless drill. Makes it real easy. So I already planted the first one last week, so I'm just going to make sure that I'm lined up. Move the bucket out of the way. And pretty much I'm lined up. The only one that's going to be off is this one, because I didn't plant on the outside. I'm planting them straight up. So to do a hole, you just put it over like this. I'm trying to do them straight under the trellis. That way when the plant comes up, I could just move it one way or the other and then put it around the string and attach it as I go up. I'm attaching everything. Even though I'm using a string, I'm attaching everything with a grapevine taper. I'll show you that when I plant them. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, this is a foot right here. So each plant is going to be in the ground 1 foot. This is horse manure, sheep manure, and composted wood chips and everything else that decayed, so it's wood compost. And then I top everything off on the top with wood chips to hold the moisture in and to help prevent weeds. So let me go ahead and show you how quickly I can do this. When I'm right in the pole over here, I could put it in the front, or I could go to the other side. Over here, I'm going to go to the other side of it, because this is exactly 2 foot. Now, you see me lifting this up when I come up because I want to take that dirt out. Later on, I'll redo it as I'm planting. Okay, there you have it. I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 7 in a row. Didn't take me long at all because I'm using this. If I was using the spade, I probably would have just got that dug and there'd be a mess there and I'd be moving on to this one. So, relatively, I'm going to do, right now, I'm going to do all the tomato sections because the first plants I'm planting are the tomatoes. So, I'm going to readjust my camera and I'll put it in fast motion. That way you don't have to sit through it all. So all I did was drag this. I just dragged the PVC from over there. I'm spacing it out. Happy with the spacing, so I'm gonna go ahead and start drilling. By the way, on these trellises, there's 2 more plants that go on each trellis on the bottom. But I like to do vine plants, so let me go ahead and do these. It's already getting hot as soon as that sun came out. Okay, once again, a feed bag with plastic in it. I like kneeling on it, getting better position. Okay, when you go in a drill, set this on the tightest position so it doesn't, so you don't use the clutch. Also, when you go to start, it may shift over an inch or 2 to take root because it might hit something like this and just move it over, but that's okay. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I could do 2 more right over there. I'm gonna go ahead to move to that side. Okay, I just take the PVC, put it right here, stretch it out. Get into position. Another thing is, I could just go ahead and move this. when I'm doing the opposite side, you can just look over and you don't have to remeasure. Okay, so basically, you can see it's going pretty quick. Ugh. Okay, I just went ahead and used the arbor and drilled for most of my tomato plants, not all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple trays and bring them out here and lay them out so I know where my cherries are going to go and where my my big boys and all that are going to go. Probably the big ones up front, cherries this way. Plus I'm going to mix them up. I'll show you later. If I put a big boy here, I'm going to put one there and then down there, so they're in different beds. So when they grow, I'll be able to just know if there's a different position where they're growing better at. You know, I don't know, a little bit of shade over there, a little no shade here from the morning sun. Who knows? Okay. Once I get all the bins over here, I'm going to separate what varieties I want to plant where. Okay, before I go ahead and start separating those out and laying them down, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the arbor. Now, my soil is all compost, so it went down easy and it came up easy. If you are planting in clay or rocks or anything like that, you probably shouldn't be planting a garden. What you should do is go ahead and compost that. In other words, go ahead and till it under. Go ahead and level it out. There's still going to be clay. It's still going to be rocks. Then pack it back down. And then go ahead and get yourself truckloads like I did. I got a video on changing the composition of your soil. Go ahead and get a ton of either garden topsoil and put that down. You at least want 6 inches to a foot, or get yourself truckloads of wood chips and wait about a year or so as you turn it to turn it into good topsoil. My garden, when I go into my garden, it slopes up about 2.5 feet. That's 2.5 feet of compost. This is not touching Florida earth. So when I could just scoop it out with my hand. That's how soft it is. So if you were going to use this on something really tough, it probably won't work with one of these drills. If you put this on a concrete mixer drill or a spackle drill or something like that, they're heavy duty drills, then it would do it. But on just a little portable drill, it probably won't do it in something hard. But in soft soil, it's just really easy. Just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know. My garden list that's online, I show everything that I'm using in the garden and in my plant propagation setup. Everything that's listed is something that I bought, I used, and I liked. The things I don't like, I don't list there, I just toss out. Hey, I've been out here all morning, and this is what I'm up to, and I'm getting ready to plant. I got them all laid out. Okay, I got to get them planted, and I got to water them. They're pretty much organized by category, by color, by cherry or beefsteak or something like that. So anyway, let me get going. That's how far it's going to be in the ground, I think. Look at all those roots. Okay, pretty good. You need to put a string. Okay, all done. Now all I gotta do is get the water hose and water everything. Okay, let me go get the water hose. I'll be back. Okay, the tomatoes are planted. About time. The tomatoes always take the longest to plant. I got over 30 different varieties. I put them in different beds. I label them all. I write it down on paper. I make sure that the same varieties in this bed, in another bed, on one side, on the other side, do a lot of different things to spread them out into different beds. So they're usually about the hardest. So it took all day. I'm beat. I'm gonna be out here again tomorrow. Gonna mulch them up, make sure everything's good, put strings on them, and then tomorrow, the next day, and then the next couple days, I'll be doing, you know, the rest of my vegetables. I think we're gonna have good weather coming up, and that's about it. I'm beat. I'm going inside. Gonna have something to eat, shower, relax on my recliner, and that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed part 2, part 3, part 4 coming up. Ugh.